so in love with you.
Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and today we're going to look at two different reports from Zillow about how amazing the housing market is and how we've hit massive new records. But the thing is we've barely hit a new record. When we actually look at the 4-week median rolling average of sales prices, we never hit a record. In fact, all of the data we're about to review is lagging by months. And I believe that this is Zillow's last opportunity to be foolishly optimistic and basically cause people that fear of missing out to continue to purchase real estate. I hate it, but regardless, a lot of people review Zillow. In fact, half of America goes on Zillow to see what's going on in the housing market. As crazy as that sounds to me, people still do it. So we'll review everything that Zillow has been saying over the last 2 days. And don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor, even though my bio is as a realtor, loan officer, and instructor in real estate. Any of you guys can, please, for your boy, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, shoot me a comment below, and don't forget, you guys, hit notifications. But either way, the name of the first Zillow article we're going to review is titled, "The Value of Residential Real Estate Broke a New Record, $52 trillion. That is a lot of real estate. I can't even fathom how much $52 trillion is. The total value of the US housing market is 49% higher than before the pandemic. That is not sustainable. That is my biggest worry. That is going to fall through. That is going to melt down in some way or another. Maybe not the full 49%. But there's going to be hell to pay. Maybe not in every metro area, but in most. A couple bullet points here. Total value of the US housing market is 49% higher than before the pandemic. New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Boston, and Miami are the most valuable housing markets. Florida now boasts the second most valuable real estate market. That's really surprising to me, surpassing New York, and California retains a top spot. Comment below and let me know if you knew that Florida was the number 2 most valuable state as far as real estate. That's really surprising to me. The US housing market has surged over the past year after a temporary hiccup. Really? A temporary hiccup? Is that what they call that? Oh my gosh, from July 2022 to January 2023. It actually went into February. Higher mortgage rates then contributed to a decline in the total value of residential real estate as potential buyers reconsidered their plan, thank goodness, and residential investment fell. And we need that again. That downturn has proven to be short-lived, has it? Because we're not out of this jam yet. We're not off this plane ride yet. Has proven to be short-lived as housing has rebounded impressively so far in 2023, with the total value of U.S. housing market surging by more than $2.6 trillion over the past year. Here's their chart on the estimate. You can see that we're now hit a new record, but I really want to point out that this is only going to June 1st of 2023. We are literally almost in October. So I want to let you guys know all the stuff we're seeing right now in the news, it's 3 months old. We're well past that, you guys. They're talking about June. We're talking about what's happening right now. But nevertheless, here's the chart that says we have a new year-over-year record. So it surpassed the last June high. You guys can see that right here. But if you really want to dig in, do this drop-down menu and go to different metro areas to see how they did. For example, look at Austin. Austin did not come close to rebounding. They went up and then they went straight down. There was a slight maybe tick up right here, but that's it. And again, this is going back 3 months. What I could tell Zillow is going to happen right now is prices will continue to go down. We're heading into fall and winter months, and the entire housing market is overpriced and propped up on the lack of inventory. And the thing is, guys, we're getting inventory now from places that no one thought possible. While a small chunk of this growth can be attributed to a 1.3% rise in the average value of U.S. homes over the past year, the powerhouse behind the surge has been new construction. Although values have been plummeting with new construction never rebounded, by the way. Builders have chipped away at the housing deficit as a steady flow of new homes have hit the market this spring and summer. With many homeowners opting to stay put and hold on to their low mortgage rate, new home sales should make up a bigger piece of the home sales pie moving forward. That's especially true with builders adapting to the needs of today's home buyers who are navigating higher rates, namely with smaller, more affordable homes, and by offering incentives like interest rate buydowns to tempt buyers off the fence. And they're not only doing temporary buydowns. Right now, they know that that doesn't work anymore. Lennar, for example, and we'll look at that in a minute, is offering 4.25%, 30-year fixed rate. Builders have leaned into higher density homes wherever possible to work around increased cost and bring desperately needed units to the market. Unfortunately, obstacles remain to new construction in many parts of the country. Measures that allow for more density and increase buildable land would help. But in Texas, we got land everywhere and we have new construction everywhere. Of the 6 markets where housing has gained the most value since the start of the pandemic, 4 are in Florida. That's wild. Tampa is number 1. Wow. Miami's number 2 and Tampa's number 1 at 88.9%. Jeez, I feel so bad for the locals and natives. That's a rug pull. That is 100% rug pull and affordability. Insane. And that's not even counting the interest rates. So that's a triple whammy. So they got the 88% increase plus interest rates have more than doubled. Wow. Miami is sitting at number 2 at 86%. And then Jacksonville, really surprising, at 82%. And then Orlando at 72%. Geez, it's not surprising then that Florida has surpassed New York as the state with the second most valuable housing market. And that's probably a huge result of the migration to Florida. There's a massive migration to Florida. Now I want to look at Texas. This is going to tell us on a state basis how much value is in real estate. So you see California has $10 billion in real estate. That's a lot. I want to see what Texas has. Let's see what Texas has. I'm sorry, that was trillion. I apologize. Texas is only sitting at 3.4 trillion. California is at 10 trillion. That's really surprising. Let's see what Idaho's at. Idaho's only 350 billion. Look at Idaho, never rebounded as well. So Idaho didn't rebound. That was one of the cities that didn't rebound. Let's go to the East Coast. Let me look at New York real quick. New York is at 3.6 trillion. That's pretty crazy. It looks like it's headed down, actually, which is very interesting considering a lot of places hit a new peak in June. Louisiana's sitting at looks like 412 billion. And so far, despite Louisiana having the most foreclosures and delinquencies right now, their rebound seems to be doing pretty good as of about March of 2023. So we'll see if that continues. I could pretty much tell you right now, when we look at the month over month price declines, it's not going to continue. Now I'm going to go into our next report from Zillow that's going to really emphasize new home sales. And then after that report, I'm going to show you what Lennar is doing right now, because not only offering that 4.25, they're now offering literally 15 to 20% price cuts around my local metro area. It's really shocking. Regardless, the name of this article is August 2023 new home sales. New home sales still strong compared to a year ago. A few bullet points. There were 675,000 new single family homes nationwide in August. That's down 8.7% from July, but up 5.8% year over year, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. The median sales price of new homes sold in August was $403,000. The seasonally adjusted estimate of new homes for sale at the end of August was $436,000. A supply of 7.8 months at the current sales rate. So it's a buyer's market in new construction. That's what I'm really trying to tell you. I believe that new construction is going to be a catalyst at price decline because they have too much inventory when compared to demand. They're sitting at, again, 7.8 months. When it's over 6 months, it turns into a buyer's market. So really interesting to see the huge differences of new construction versus existing. Now, what happened? New home sales slipped from last month, but are still elevated from a year ago. Why it matters. Home builder confidence is waning, but sales are still flowing faster than a year ago when consumers were faced with sticker shock of newly high interest rates. What Zillow senior economist Nicole thinks: new construction continues to be a source of new life in the housing market, with buyers looking to find any inventory they can afford. With many home builders able, or forced rather, to offer incentives on new homes, buyers are able to afford the higher than existing home prices, and new home sales are still elevated from a year ago. The pace of new, and that's actually wrong. If we look, it's actually down, it's not up. So that's wrong, Zillow. Sorry. The pace of new construction is slowing, but there's still a large backlog of homes in the funnel that should continue making their way to the market in the coming months, giving more opportunities to home buyers to jump in on the new construction train. And I really, really agree with what they're saying there. And I think, again, as we go into 2023, the end of 2023 and into 2024, we're going to see these new home builders offer even crazier buying incentives, and they're going to cut their price even deeper. Let me show you right now what Lennar is offering, which is the second biggest new home builder in America. This is the first of two sales that Lennar has going on right now. Now, this has been going on forever. Lennar is able to lock you in at a 4.25% 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Oh my gosh, that is insane. That could be $700-800 cheaper per month than an existing home. Holy smokes. And not only that, they're offering $10,000 towards closing costs. Buying incentives like this, I can assure you, at least in Texas, are working. Some of the communities that I walked that were doing massive amounts of construction that were offering this are now completely sold. But not only that, they have a new home national sales event on top of the 4.25%. Look at some of these price cuts. This is over 15% price cut. The first one was reduced $84,000. Look at the second one right here, reduced $83,000. That is what? That's 20 freaking percent. You guys, look at this one right here. This is over 20%. This was cut $99,000. So when we add that price point with that low interest rate, it starts to get real interesting as far as new construction. This fourth one cut $85,000. That is another 20% price cut in new construction. In conclusion, despite these new records, understand that they're looking at data in the rearview mirror. They're looking at data that's 3 months old. But when we really focus on where we live, right, we need to pay attention to our local housing market trends. But when we really dig into things like new construction, we can see that prices have not sustained. In fact, the only reason that it appears that new construction is doing well is because of the massive price cuts and the ridiculous buying incentive. Other than that, guys, I really hope you guys got some new value, insights, and perspective. Everything will be linked in my description. And if you're out there investing in real estate, you know I wish you luck and I hope you win.